Tipene was once trying to describe, in a way, to Ngāi Tahu, to a Ngāi Tahu audience, to sum up really that bundle of grievances that became the Ngāi Tahu claim. You know, it was a 150-year-long, sort of 6-7 generation thing. And he said, you know, what's it? Because it became so much of the culture of the tribe, he was trying to explain and think his way through what we might do beyond that, right? If you gave up the grievance, what would you fill the void with? And he said, basically, we've been like a dog, right? Barking at the car being the crown, every time it happened to drive past our street. Chase, 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 bark, bark, bark. And he asked the question, what the hell are we going to do if and when we catch the car? Right? It was always driving too fast. When we had a sense in the 80s and 90s, it was just driving slow enough, we might have been able to catch it. So having this, you know, and basically what happened with the Ngāi Tahu Claims Settlement Act 1998, we caught the car. This is back when Stuart Bull's beard was black and I thought Widow's Peak was a hill north of Winton. But he asked that question, you know, what are we going to do when we catch the car? And I think this wānanga is what, you know, is one of the things we can do as a result of catching that car. And so I think it shows that, you know, not only can hapu and iwi join the adults in the room and leave what I might euphemistically call ideological purity at the door, we can actually assemble the adults in the room, and that's what this wānanga shows. And on that note, a public service announcement from Terry, you can expect another wānanga in 12 months' time. Finally, and this is really just a catalyst for this comment, it was in relation to Tom Campbell's point, which I agree with entirely, about the need for long-term projects to have essentially intergenerational custodians, and I agree with them that that's in many ways what Southland has lacked in the past. And so with that in mind, I just want to remind you all of Tipene's observation that we Ngāi Tahu have a shareholder who never dies. So we are the answer to so many of your problems. TTR kai, TTR manua kati.
Okay, just thanks for the opportunity just to say a few words, and big thank you to Murihiku Regeneration and the Invercargill City Council for organising the last couple of days. Absolutely amazing. And I think the government's always been clear that we are supporting Southland, but also very clear that Southland needs to and is providing that leadership as we move forward. And I think just looking around the room today, just a huge amount of talent in this room. And I think as a region, you know, we've had a few discussions over the last few years about how we diversify. And I'm completely reassured coming here today that we've got the capacity and the skills within the room to do that. And Nobby organised a trip for a number of us to go down to Ocean Beach a few weeks ago. And it was just amazing just to see the potential, particularly with aquaculture as a region. We've got obviously paua, we've got whitebait, we've also got seaweed. And so there's some amazing capacity there and all the other developments that are on the cards. But also as we look forward to that transition to a low carbon economy, and I think, you know, the leadership again here, we've got the potential for green hydrogen, but we've also got, you know, one of our country's biggest transport companies based down here and showing the way, and just really, really incredible. So thank you for those that have organised today, but thank you to all of you guys in the room for the leadership you're providing, because I think together we're going to, over the next few decades, just make an amazing difference for our region, but also for our country. So thank you.
Tātou katoa te hui I rogo o te rara rua tēnei maru o tēnei whare. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā tātou. I greet us all. That's what the tēnā rā tātou does. All inclusive. We are here and have been here with one general focus on our minds, and that is how our region, how this island, how this country can be more of what it wants to be. It will not be that unless we dream collectively. Michael was accurate in his recollection of the challenge that I previously faced with Ngāi Tahu. But we did set out to do something at that time, earlier in my life, and it happened. If we keep thinking about our purpose and we keep working even without great leaps, we grind away at it. We emulate the thesis that was offered by one of our kaumātua, Hastings Tipper, many years ago at Moeraki. He said of the Ngāi Tahu claim, "Hei mahi kai takata, hei mahi kai huaka." Now, what that means is the only thing you can cut pounamu with is sandstone. You can only grind it. You cannot hammer it. And so the atua of sandstone is the atua of which pounamu is most frightened. A mahi, sandstone is huaka. A mahi kai takata. It is the Ngāi Tahu claim as a work which devours people as sandstone devours pounamu. And we must keep doing that, simply grinding on. I want to thank you on behalf of Awarua as a contributor to this hui. I want to thank my colleagues of Murihiku Regeneration for the input they have made in bringing us together, that we may grind on, hopefully with joy. Tēnei te mihi atu kia koutou katoa, mō tō koutou noho mō te kaha o tō kumu. Tēnā koutou. It was Winston Churchill, a man I don't often quote, but he is very quotable when he says, "The human mind is incapable of absorbing more than the bottom can comfortably endure." And it's time to walk. Tēnā koutou.
Kia ora tātou, pārāwana kōrero I puta mai, nā rei huri no tēnā koutou katoa, ngā mihi nui ki a koe e tā tipni. He whakakapi te hui nei mino I tātou, mai e te kaha rawa whakamumiti whakawitai a koe mo haumina ki tanga ki te iu e tōnei ko koe te whiringa, ka po te oranga. Ki mai ki a koe ki a haere tōna o mana ki tanga hawhina, nā nei me ngā wā mua, ki whai ki o tātou hi ai ki eki ai ki te taumata. Ko koe te atua kaha kroi aki tonu atu. Āmeni. chi ro atu ai. Ora mate he o koe no ai. Amen. Ma te atu e manaki e te aki e tātou wā katoa. Huri no, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. Kia ora tātou katoa.